Hey, Colton Havens, my friend.
What's going on? Just us?
Yes. No, we'll have a room of people, but yes, it is just us. I don't know, like the Zoom is doing wonky things. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off and get started because I know that there's a lot of things, storytelling, how to get started with short form video, why we should be using short form video. Do you want to talk about, so we were recently at our mastermind together, and one of someone who's been in one of your challenges, like he posted some videos, and what happened? Hey there, it's Rhonda Melogy. If you like what you're seeing, make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you know when I publish a new video, probably any minute now.
Yeah, we did a live training for some people, and he finally started making some Instagram reels, Facebook reels, and some TikToks, and he kind of just followed the framework, and one of his videos took off. I mean, he posted it 5 6 different times, which is crucial to say. It wasn't the first time that he posted it, but it's probably about the sixth or seventh time he posted it. It got like 1.8 million views on Instagram, 708,000 views on his TikTok, and then several hundred thousand on his Instagram after each time he posted it. And he already had his back end set up, his funnel, his offer, all those things. So he was able to make $246,000 off of that one video for his business. So that's 100% organic. They had they had the back end set up. So just from that one video, he was able to do $250,000 in sales.
So, friends, welcome Colton Havens. That's how I wanted, like, out of the gate, because we've got some new faces in here that don't know who you are. So just really quickly, like, I think we could do like the whole workshop just on like that little mini case study, because there's so many nuggets in there that we could talk about. So just introduce yourself, who you are, who you serve, what you do, like all the goodness.
Okay, disclaimer, if anytime I go mute, it's because I'm with family right now and I got nieces and nephews running and screaming. So I'm Colton Havens. I'm one out of six kids. I'm born in Delta, Colorado. So I serve business owners that want to use organic videos to grow and scale their business, specifically short form videos. Normally my perfect client already has ads running or something like that, and they just want to expand their reach, because you got to have paid ads and organic together in order for the perfect machine to go, what I call the triangle of traffic. I started doing my TikTok agency in January when it was officially launched. I had a YouTube agency before that for a year, and then I ran a photography franchise up until COVID hit. So I've been running my own business since I was 22, and odd jobs ever since. So now this is where we're at.
Like, so much good stuff in there, because one of the things, number one, about Colton Havens is he has this like massive heart. He is just a good human. I mean, I think Cassie and I've known Colton now for a couple of years. We've seen each other like multiple times, like we just saw each other up in Maryland. But one of the things, guys, like, there are going to be so many takeaways that you want to take away from today's conversation. I think he would just say, just post the video. There's a lot of friction around perfection, getting it right, having makeup on, having your hair done, it being the right light, having the right message. Colton has a saying, Maggie has a saying, I can't remember Colton's saying, but it goes something like, you can't start where you want to end. One of the things that he said, if Leo had not continued to post, he never would have reached $250,000. It didn't happen with the first post. It didn't happen with the second, the third, or the fourth. He has detached his emotion from the response of the video. He just published the video. So there's a lot of friction, Colton, around just publishing the video. I know I've had problems. We started with my chicken, helicopters, kids, kayaking videos, and those are great because they do remove some friction point. But when it gets to the point of really talking about your business and elevating you as an expert, what is like the big game changer? What can we do? What can we incorporate just to help us to get over that friction?
Well, the first one is going to be, is what you're going to say help somebody. Okay, that's the first thing. So is what you're about to say, is that going to help anybody if they actually watch that? And then the second one, on top of that. So I think we just get into like, what do I say in the videos? So granted, so you got two things. So is what you're going to say going to help somebody? And if you don't say it, somebody else will. And will they serve your person the way you will serve them? I know, for instance, like Rhonda, she is probably one of the best when it comes to what you do after you acquire a client, to keep someone happy, to keep them coming back, to keep them satisfied with their service. And if you don't market yourself, somebody that has a worse process, a worse fulfillment, a worse team, a worse customer service, who doesn't care about your client, they'll just take them, turn them and burn them. And you'll hear about these horror stories over and over and over again in your industry. And you're gonna be like, why are people paying for all of this bull crap out here? And the reason they're paying this person is because they're louder than you are. So there's customers out there that are getting burned, they're getting traded, they're getting scammed because you're not being loud about your message. And so you're not reaching your person, and they're being scammed because you're not marketing yourself to fulfill on them. So you have just serve and help, and know that you're going to do that. And if you don't do that, someone is out there to hurt that same person. So I've learned that from my own experience. I know Rhonda and I have been there, done that a few times, and especially in this industry. So posting is actually going to be saving your clients from a bad marketer or someone that just doesn't care about them. So I think that's, if nothing else gets you to move the needle, I sure hope that does, because without you putting your face out there, they don't know how to pay you. They don't know what you're about. They don't know why you find you. And you're wondering why you don't have clients knocking at your door. You don't have people responding to your emails, your Facebook posts. First of all, because you're not sending that out into the world to even let them know that you're there. You got to be louder.
And isn't it interesting, just to kind of really take that to home, is that I know that you have seen people speak on your subject.
Mhm.
I know that you have seen people share very similar to what you do. And there are enough customers out there for all of us. There are people that appeal to me. There are people that appeal to Colton. There are people that will appeal to Kaci. And so it's not about cornering the market and getting them all, because we can't get them all, right? But just like what Colton said, if you don't speak and you don't share, then someone else is going to come behind you and do that. And then you're going to sit there and go, well, that's what I do, or that's what I say, or that's how I solve the problem. I don't know that. I don't know that. And I think one of the easiest ways there was, let's talk a little bit about the 24-part series, Colton. Do you want to introduce that? And then I'll kind of share my experience with that.
Yeah, so I have the two strategies, like two types of video you need to grow short form videos or generate leads, specifically on TikTok with this strategy. You're going to have what I call meme videos, which I don't know if we're going to do a demonstration, but if I do, that's going to be one of the ones I show you. This is where you do nothing and you have text on the screen. And then you have this 24-part series, which is talking head videos. And this 24-part series, you're actually going to just take your customer on a journey through what it's like to work with you and to answer all of the questions that are being asked in your industry every single day. So you can get all those questions asked, and it tells TikTok who you are, who you serve, and where they need to send your videos. So it helps you kind of dial in your channel a little bit to get in front of the right people.
So what's interesting about that, when we started today's session, one of the things that I said was, when we first started working with Colton, it was literally like, I think I had like, I don't know, 30 or 40 boomerangs. And I was like, that's all I have to post. And he's like, yes, because it's his goal as a short form video coach to get me past a friction point of just posting and just releasing any expectation I just posted. That is something, it's been an albatross around my neck. It creates anxiety and overwhelm and stress because I know I need to do it, but I'm not. I just did it. And because now I have a dopamine hit, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do it again. But here's the friction that I had. And you may be suffering from this too. When he said 24-part series and you're like, oh my gosh, 24 videos, tell him what I do. I'm overwhelmed, right? I'm raising my hand right now too. But we were doing a training, or he was doing a training, and I was like, oh, so the first step in my journey of specifically talking about what I do, believe it or not, was we have a membership. And so through there, I just went and I looked at every single step. And so in the video, I thought I was doing great. I showed up in my cap. I was out on my porch and I said, if you're a busy woman that want to run a 6-figure business, like that is how, so very specific. It's a busy woman. You want to have a 6-figure business. And then I'm going to talk about something really specific and I'm going to do it in 30 seconds or less. And so I got on a rhythm and I was just like recording them. And Colton's like, this is amazing. You're doing fantastic. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting those dopamine hits. And we posted and I got some views. I got some views. And then Colton saw me do a training and he was like, that's Rhonda right there. That is Sassy Pants Rhonda. And I was like, what are you talking about? I tend to be, number one, I'm an introvert. Number two, I tend to be like so methodical. Like, ask me a question. I just gave you a little hint. Ask me a question and I can respond to you, right? And so Colton saw me where someone had asked a question and I actually showed my personality. And he's like, that's what we need. And so then Colton booked a session and we recorded videos where you did what? What did we do?
I just asked you questions. I just asked you questions and you answered them and we started filming.
And so we just started
Hang on, I
filming.
got to make this point though. I know you just touched on it, but Rhonda, the first videos Rhonda was telling you about, busy women, 6 figures, those were good videos, but they were kind of like robotic almost in a way. They felt kind of like this, like, hey, I'm doing everything right. And then she was doing a webinar and I jumped on the webinar. And as she's going on the webinar, she's like, ooh, she's all being Rhonda and she's all talking systems and she's just giving value. She's making points like every 30 seconds or so. And so we just wanted to hone their personality into the video. So that's why we did the second film session.
So what's interesting about that is that Colton literally asked a question, and we talk about this inside of Simple Social with AI, is that the way to create content, instead of just like looking at the cursor blinking at you, is simply to answer a question, because what that does is it pulls you into your expert zone. You don't think about imposter syndrome. You don't think about the way that the guru is going to answer. You answer in the way that you know how to solve the problem. And so the session was, I was sitting here in a sweatshirt and you told me, turn your camera on your phone. So it was on a phone on a tripod, so no fancy equipment. And he said, just hit record. Don't stop. We can edit. Don't stop. So in one particular question, oh, he got me. Like I started crying. He made me cry. But the emotion he evoked from me is because I was literally just sharing what it was I did. And I was sharing that impact that I saw people have just working with me. And I think that's what all of us want. We want a greater impact. Well, in order to have a greater impact, you have to talk about it. In order to talk about it, part of it needs to be with emotion. And then how do we get emotion? It's storytelling. So do you want to talk a little bit about storytelling?
Yeah, I think it's like underestimated how important your story is, and how you have a bunch of mini stories to make certain points, because the story is what's actually going to connect with the watcher and viewer. You're going to have your tip videos where you're giving straight up tips. You're going to have your other videos where you're not saying anything, it's just text on the screen. And then you're going to have your story videos. And your story videos, time and time and time again, I've had people pay and buy my products. And they said, the video of you talking about what your mom said to you when you were little is the reason I paid you. So I've done thousands and thousands of videos giving tips and tricks. But yet this one video, I use it over and over and over again, because every time that I've posted it, every time someone's watched it, they said, that's the reason I paid you, is because I felt like I knew who you were. I felt like I was connected to you. I understood where you were coming from, understand why you do what you do. And so that's all with a 3-minute video that I made, just talking about my journey as, a high school kid, growing up with a single mom, working 4 jobs, picking up jobs, working, full time, and also working part time, and also wrestling on the varsity team in high school, and then continuing that same journey through college, and all the businesses I failed and crushed, and all the things that I've done good all together. So to let people know who I am, and that I'm a normal person just like them, and I'm here to help them save time and energy and mistakes so they can just learn from me, which is exactly what it is about. So
And it's so this kind of circles back to the videos with Leo. I don't know what were in the first 4 videos that he did that quote unquote flopped, that the winner chicken dinner was the 5th one, but it's telling different excerpts of your life and like really those experiences that have made you you. And what's interesting, when you just share and you release yourself from an expectation for that video to perform, then there are things that will come out that somebody will latch onto. And there were different things. Every single time I've gone through this exercise with Colton, he's like, built and sold a business. That's it, built and sold a business. There are different things. Like I don't.
she
Here
doesn't
comes
want
the
to talk about it, by the way. She doesn't want to talk about how awesome she is. So it's hard to get her to tell all the great, fantastic stories and everything that she does, because she doesn't want to lead with ego. She doesn't want to lead with she doesn't want to lead with vanity metrics. But it's important. There's ways that you can say, hey, I've been where you've been, without saying I'm the coolest person in the world. Right? Because if you guys don't know, you may not know, but Rhonda has built and sold a business that did over 500,000 a year, working 8 days a year only, as a military mom raising 4 kids with a deployed husband. That's not easy to do. Soccer practice and all the other things. But if you didn't know that about her, that the first time I heard that story, and Rhonda had already coached me several times before I knew this story about her, but it wasn't until I heard that story when I finally put my listening cap on and be like, wow, you've been where I wanted to go, and flipped this, sold the business. I'm all in now, because up until that point, it was kind of like, okay, cool, we got good advice, but why should I listen? Right? We all want that why. We have that question in our head. And if we don't, and we have to say the same story over and over and over again, it should be one that you guys say over and over again. But once you find it, it's really crucial. So if you didn't know that about Rhonda, now you do.
And so you saw me, like you saw that energy shift and the squirming that happened, because I don't want to lead with ego, and you know my story really well, Colton. What about, so I do want you to share your screen, but before you do, since we're talking about story, can you maybe, let's use me and use an example of one question, or we could do a couple questions just to kind of, and you coach me through what that looks like. And really at the end of everything that we do with Colton, it's always like, is that it? Like he literally simplifies things when it comes to short form video in such an easy way that it literally makes you want to hop off the computer and go record the video. So let's go ahead and do some questions and kind of get that storytelling going.
Okay. So the first question will be like, when did you realize you wanted to start a business?
Okay. Um, so you see, I'm getting like kind of nervous. No, seriously. So I've been married 30 years. And when we were first married, we were in a town. I didn't know anyone. And we qualified for a house. It was going to be our first house. I mean, every like newly married couple, like that's what you do, right? You get married, you buy a house, and you start having babies. And I had a job, my husband had a job, we qualified, and we were in the process of purchase. I went into my job and I came home with a pink slip. And when I came home with a pink slip, what that meant was we couldn't buy the house anymore because we didn't have the income anymore to support the mortgage. But more than that, Daniel decided he was going to enlist in the Army, and we were living on $1,200 a month. And 500 of that went to a dilapidated house that was cold in the winter and hot in the summer. And for me, that experience said that I was putting my future, my destiny in somebody else's hands. And I just was never, ever, ever going to let that happen again. And it wasn't that moment that I said, I'm going to start a business, because I was super silly. I was like, well, I'll have 2 jobs. I'll have 3 jobs. I'll have 4 jobs, because if someone takes one of my jobs away, then I'll always have a backup plan. Well, I mean, I just worked myself into the ground until finally I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to launch my own business. But it was that moment. And there's been a lot of reflection in when that actually started. But that was one of those pivotal moments in my life, in my young married state, that I wasn't going to let somebody dictate like what was going to happen and what my future was going to be. And there were a lot of ups and downs and a lot of trial and error until I just started my business, which was the seasonal children's consignment sale that I ran for 17 years. So that wasn't a lot of them. Okay. So now critical Rhonda, that wasn't a lot of emotion. I didn't feel like there was a lot of personality in that. Like, what would you say to me, Colton?
I would just ask you, how does that make you feel now?
It makes me feel like I've come a long way. It makes me feel like I didn't let someone dictate to me what was going to happen. It makes me feel proud of what I've done.
Okay, and for everybody watching, just comment if you can down there, if you can relate to these same feelings that she's feeling, if you can understand kind of where she's coming from now. Does it resonate with you? Just kind of let us know, give us some feedback here on this so she knows, because we always like to discount the power of our story because we've heard it so many times. But the thing that you've saying over and over again is you're talking about having control. You're talking about being able to, raise your kids right. All of these start from that core values of who you are, which is what people are going to connect to, just listening to those stories. Now we can go deeper and we can go into more details and we can get a little bit deeper, right, with these questions and kind of fine tune this story over and over again, because we do want to try to answer that in 1 minute. So we can kind of say that over in 1 minute, or we can kind of stretch it out a little bit longer, kind of, as a really smart person told me, you got to have the, what's that instrument called, Rhonda? Are you going like this, the clarinet, or no, what is that?
What are you
You
doing?
can extend it, you can make
Symbols?
it longer or shorter,
Yeah, I don't know. I
for
don't.
like presentations,
Yeah,
an
I don't know.
accordion.
Accordion.
An accordion. Yeah, you're the one that taught me that. So there's got to be like an accordion, right? So depending on how much time you have. So, and it'll take practice. Your first videos, you're not going to like them. Post them anyways. Post them anyways. Post them anyways, because it's the habit of posting and creating and posting. And you're going to go on this emotional journey. You're going to go on a personal development journey. You're going to learn how to speak better, talk faster, and be clear about what you say over time. The first couple of videos, if you guys see my videos from 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I rewatched one not too long ago, and I was like, dude, I didn't say crap in that 5 minutes. It was like a 5-10 minute video, and I didn't say anything as I'm like trying to rewatch it, so it's just going to take practice, but never tell a story without making a point, and never make a point without telling a story. So make sure that your stories have points to them. Like, for instance, Rhonda is really the point of that story is decide, Claire, do, which is what she says all the time. And she come to the breaking point of deciding, hey, no more, no longer, it's my turn, do it. Right. So that's basically that story format. So, and a lot of times tell the story first, and then figure out how you can put a point to it, and then retell it again, and retell it again, retell it again. So
I think, and thank you for asking me that question. I know that you've asked me that before, and I did not know that that was the question he was going to ask me. I hope that you saw, though, what my emotional journey was in him asking me the question and me sharing it, feeling like I'm rambling a little bit, feeling like at the end it wasn't good enough. It didn't do its job. But then what Colton would coach me on is just post that video, because we're going to say it again, and we're going to say it again, and we're going to say it again. Out of all of the videos, when he works with a client, let's say there's 100 videos, they're really like 10 or maybe a little bit more that do the heavy lifting for the channel, that literally he takes that video, but he has to post them all to figure out where the gold is. That's the point. We're never going to find the gold if we don't post. And when he finds it, perfect. But guess what? He's always searching for gold. The video that Leo posted that ended up generating $250,000, what does he need to do with that video?
he needs to post it again. He needs to post it like every other day now.
Can you imagine how life-changing could that be? And the video can do that. If I'm being honest, like, we've attempted like multiple times to do my channel, and it hasn't been up to Colton standards, but part of it is me, and part of it is me publishing the video. Part of it is me getting past different friction points. And even though I'm sharing this with you, because you may be at a point where you're like, I don't need to be on TikTok. My TikTok isn't successful. Well, it never will be unless you try. And it never will be unless you continue to try. It is not just a one and done ever. Right?
It may be one video that makes the difference, but you don't know what time that video is going to come. You don't know what video that's going to be until you start posting. You're going to have about 5 to 6 videos, and they're going to be responsible for about 90% of the growth on your channel.
And here's the thing, friends, I want you to publish the video, and selfishly, I want you to go document your processes and the thing that you sell. Because what he sees and conversations that he and I have, people are more worried on getting a viral video. If you get a viral video, what does that mean for your business? Well, it could mean sales. Obviously, Leo showed us that. But if you don't have a back end, i.e., you know what you sell and you have a way to fulfill it, all you need to do is publish the video and go work on your business. What do you have to say about that, Colton? What do you see time in and time out, time in and time out?
I mean, this is pretty good. So you can generate millions of views, have hundreds of thousands of followers, and make $0. If you don't have a proven offer, if you don't have a landing page, if you don't know how to close a sale on the phone, you can do all the right steps and make $0 because of the back end's not set up. So I have clients, so I've generated them millions and millions of views. I've sent them thousands and thousands of leads, and they've made, pennies. And then I have students that have small channels, like 14,000 subscribers, roughly. Most of their videos get anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 views, and he quit his full-time job in 30 days. So it's making sure that you can close a sale, making sure that you have your back end, your emails, follow up. And I mean, the simplest thing would be is put up a landing page to a call. So they fill out the thing, you get on a call with them and you say, hey, here's what I offer, buy it from me. Like that's the simplest way to make sales, especially if it's just you in the business right now and you need faster cash. Get rid of all the crazy systems for now and just get on the phone with someone, get in front of someone. They're going to come from TikTok and just say, hey, buy my thing. This is how much it is. And it helps you with this problem. And then after that, you can get more systemized and get going. But I think some of us are at that stage where we need to post a video, get on the phone with somebody and say, here's my offer, present the offer and close the sale. And then work on your sales funnels and stuff like that, because sometimes people don't even have proven offers. And what I mean by proven offer, someone has given you money for the thing that you sell. And if someone has not given you money for the thing that you sell, maybe you need to change the way you present the thing that you sell. And that's really where the gold or the money comes in. So that's one of the different things that I'm going to be teaching inside my course, and all the other stuff too is like, look, if you have views, you have leads, you got to make a sale. So get rid of I try to get rid of all the fancy. I know Rhonda likes all the systems and they're super important. And I'm more like, just get me in front of somebody, let me present and ask them for money. And that's TikTok is just a viral way to do that. You can reach millions of people on a free video. So, I mean, the majority of us are going to reach anywhere from 200 to 10,000 people. That's going to be about the average that people do. But imagine 200 people in your house every single day looking and learning about what you do. I think people underestimate that because they want the millions and stuff. But it took me 8 hours a day to talk to 500 people plus a day doing face-to-face sales. So how much effort would it take you to reach 200 people every day? Even your bad videos are better than no video. So that's how I think of that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about TikTok, and let's talk about my customer's not on TikTok. What would you say to that?
Is your customer anywhere from 18 to 65? If they're from 18 to 65, they're on TikTok 8 hours a day.
Well, I have a premium offer. My offer is like $3,000. Nobody from TikTok is going to pay me that.
We're selling premium offers for $77,000 packages right now, every single day. That's what Liam sells. So that's $75,000 for one package. We got another friend of mine that's doing all paid ads, and they're doing 3 million a month with just TikTok B2B. So, I mean, they're selling high tickets from anywhere from 20K a month to 100,000 a month in service fees. So, your person, the only reason you think your person's not there is because you haven't posted there consistently enough. That's it. You're giving excuses about it so you don't have to do it. You're giving these false limiting beliefs so you don't have to learn something new. You don't have to post. You don't have to take action. You're actually making things up so you don't have to do it without just doing it and then getting the feedback and saying, oh, yeah, my client's really on there. Because if you look at the data, you look at the numbers, they're literally there. They're literally there. It's like 8 billion people on TikTok, anywhere from 18 to 65, scrolling 8 hours a day. So the only reason you don't think they're there is because you're not there. Because you're not there. That's why they're not there. You like get there and they'll show up.
Well, I don't want to dance, Colton, and I don't want to point. So how can I post a TikTok video?
Just don't dance and don't point. Be yourself. So if you don't want to dance, don't dance. Find another way, of a comfortable way that you can deliver your message. Be yourself, be authentic. Like, honestly, people that are 40 and older do really, really, really well on TikTok because they have those no BS filters anymore, right? Where the older generation seem to kick ass on TikTok right now. So, because they don't care about what other people think. They're like, look, this is my everyday life. I'm just going to tell you about what I do. Those videos always do the best.
So for someone just, and I let's do just a 5-minute, like down and dirty. How can I get started posting on TikTok?
Okay. Here, let me Let me pull up my phone real fast and we'll make a video together, and then I'll show you if you're already posting videos, what you can do.
You can share your screen too, Colton.
Yeah, let me get my text set up here.
Don't you guys love Colton? Isn't he amazing? Like how simple he makes this? Seriously.
We're letting my phone load up. I'm gonna make a video on my own profile that I'm running ads to right now, and then I'm gonna show you another profile that I'm working on and how simple it can be to get there. So can you see my screen, Rhonda?
It says you've started sharing.
Let me know if you see. I don't see your face anymore. So
Yeah, it's not, I don't see it.
okay, hang
I
on.
think Zoom is doing weird. Cassie was trying to join us and Zoom, she said she was in the waiting room and I never saw her.
But I know this works because I just did it before we started this call. So there we go.
There we go.
See my phone? Okay, so here's one of the accounts that I'm running ads to right now. But let's just make a quick video real fast. Let's just show you kind of how easy it is. So we're gonna do this. Hang on. Okay, ready? Watch this. We're gonna get my laptop in here, act like I'm doing something. I'm gonna be like, oh. Hang on. Well, that's a photo. My bad. We're gonna do 15 seconds here. We're gonna go like this. I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna do this for about 6 seconds. I'm gonna do like okay. It was done. Okay, and then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna add some text on it. We're gonna do this for about 6 seconds. I'm gonna do like when you realize that making a short video every day takes 30 seconds. I'm gonna hit record. If only you followed. Wait, let's just say because you followed Colton today, you learned how easy it was. 6 seconds. I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna do this for about 6 seconds. I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna do this for about 6 seconds. I'm gonna do like. Okay, so we'll just do that. So that's all we're gonna do. So you're gonna just write just a quick little text. You just whatever industry you're doing, just say when you realize that doing blank only takes X blank. Make good thing you followed me today. Then you're gonna add some kind of trending sound or something. What I like to do is I go to my little cheat sheet that I have every day. Here we go. Let's do cheat sheet. Sorry, guys, hang on. So you're just gonna add a trending sound. I have a lot of them already. So this is like an email, but I'm gonna attach this to my TikTok. Just gonna add that. I don't even know what it says. I just know it's trending right now. Okay, we're gonna add this one. Okay, that's it. So that's all we're gonna do, and we'll just do Colton Havens because I like to put my name on it. Will be my thing. This doesn't really matter. We'll just do that, and then we're done. So boom. Okay, so like I mean, this is what this girl's doing right here too. She's basically doing the same thing. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Ping pong, lippy tappy tuta, dingle bongle dingle.
So you can, I mean, it's really going to be that simple. So you're going to do that. Now let me show you this working in a mass form here. Here's one of my clients here. So we're doing it right here with her. This is the same video. So this video has kind of the similar construct here with the video here, and then we're going to follow that up with some talking head videos. Okay, and in these videos, these are where you're going to just teach some stuff. But one of the cool things about this is, see, this video has 34,000 views here. It's the exact same video as this one. that has 5,000 views. So this is what we're talking about. Just use a video over and over again. Sometimes you have to look at the analytics and see if it's a good video worth reposting. But these little things right here, like, I mean, we do this, we use this video almost every other day, because 90% of the people that see your videos haven't watched any other video. Like, if you go in here, so if you go check this out, this video here is going to tell me that 83% of the people, let's see, that's not my For You page. Well, so this is what I'm looking for, this retention rate. This tells me it's a good video. Before, oh, here we go. Look at that. So my For You page and my following. So we have actually a pretty good, decent following there, actually. So that's not too bad. That's probably the most that's ever seen. But so that's the simplest way to get started. And then you'll post that on your Facebook, your Instagram, across the board, on all social media platforms right now. So
What's amazing, I think, is some of those videos that you were showing, her and
yeah, for some reason I can't hear you now.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
Really quiet. Is that my fault? Is my phone?
Can you hear me now? Is it? I don't know.
I can't hear you, Rhonda. Oh, now I can. My volume was down. Try that again. Sorry, that was me.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
I'm here now.
But those videos, though, of Kristen, those are like are they 6 months old? Like some of those videos of her?
Yeah, since January. Yeah, that's the same video I've been using since January.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, once you get the right messaging and the right video, like I'm saying, the 5 to 6 videos are going to do 90% of the work for you. So once we got it really going, I mean, that same video itself on one time, it got 10.8 million, it's got 1.6 million, it's got 3 million, it's got 2 million, it's got 1.6, another 1.5 million views on the same video, just different times. And then in between that, it's got a dozen, 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K, even 2,000. So that same video has gone anywhere from 1,000 views to 10.8 million views. So it's just keep using it.
Okay, so I'm really excited about recording videos. What's a 1, 2, 3 that I can do as soon as we get off of this call today?
As soon as we get off this call, I would just start taking some B-roll videos. So I just do some video of you working on your computer. I'll do some videos of you just drinking coffee, and then I would just reuse those videos over and over again, especially for you girls, those days that you were done up. Take a lot of videos of you just looking out the window, reading a book, eating food. You could do some if you want of you doing your makeup, walking down the street on the sidewalk. Then you can reuse these 5, 6 videos every day, and then just write something different on it each day, and add a trending sound to it. So that's what you can get off right now. So when you get off of this, take your video and write, hey, when you realize that doing blank, which is your industry, is doing blank. So fill it in with like whatever industry you're in. So and then hit post, and then don't worry about how it does, and then do that daily. So it's really about the habit of creating and posting than it is about what you say and how you say it. Just post it. If your video's bad, no one's gonna see it anyways. Everybody's always caught up like, oh my goodness, someone's gonna see a spelling error, or it's gonna be a bad video. It's organic. No, they won't. If it's a bad video, no one's going to see it. It literally tells you that it's a bad video because no one saw it. That's how I judge a video, not what I think's in the video. It's not an ad. You can't make a bad video and get reached by millions of people. It's impossible. So the only way to do that is if you do pay traffic. So it's only going to get views if it's good. So, and it's only going to get good if you do more of them.
So as we kind of round out today, you just introduced paid. So how can putting in the reps every single day with organic traffic help paid traffic?
You're going to dial in your messaging. You're going to dial in your sales funnels and your flow of traffic. So even if you run ads, the biggest mistake people run with ads is they run ads and they have to find out all of these mistakes and pays thousands of dollars to fix these mistakes as they go. If you're doing it organic, you can test all of those things and get a few people all the way through your pipeline. Like I've made 6 high-end ticket $30,000 sales before I even ran ads. So, I had 6 people pay me, 30K a year before I started running my first ad. So like I got my sales process in place before I decided to put money behind it.
That's pretty powerful, because we're always worried, like we maybe make one sale and then we go straight to paid, but having that plus, and I know I just jumped there. Plus, one of the things, again, we say inside of Simple Social is that people will stalk you. Like, yeah, they'll catch you on this video, but now they're going to start to go, like, think about what your patterns are when you discover someone, and then maybe you'll follow them, but then they pop up again. Okay, I saw this dude in the cap. Let me see what he has to say. And then maybe you follow, and that's all you do. Just like think about what that buyer's journey is. So if you're not posting consistently, I don't know, is that a turnoff? If we're not posting consistently, we like those one-hit wonders.
Well, consistency builds trust. And consistency of the same message builds trust. Right? So without consistency, there's no trust build. So you got to go from awareness. You got to go from awareness to trust building to lead to sale. There's no other way around that.
It's amazing. All right. How should we wrap up today's session together? You're like,
Well,
you're making me putting in the reps, Rhonda.
yeah, you got to you just go post a video real quick. Just like I would make a video right now, maybe do a talking head video of just like, hey, I just got off a call talking about short form video. This is going to be my first video if you haven't made one, or this is going to be you're going to dedicate. You're going to be like, hey, I just made this today is my first video of one I'm going to do every single day. So keep me accountable and spit it out to the world that you're going to be accountable, because if those people that watch the first one and you stick to it and they watch the 30th one, that might be your sale. That might be your sale. So just doing one a day for now. Be consistent. So if you can do 2 a day, do 2 a day. But I know for sure you can do 1 a day, and that's bare minimum. That's like just going to the gym, right? If you just go to the gym and leave, that's better than not even going, because what happens when you get there? You're like, I made it all the way here. I guess I'll do something. So.
And part of it too, I think what's really important, especially when it comes to TikTok, as I've learned from you, is that we need to be utilizing the platform when we go to edit. We need to utilize that platform when we go to publish. Don't use schedulers. You will be penalized for that. Don't let your team do a video and then try to put it through a scheduler to post on TikTok. That's not going to help you. I want you to go, well, Rhonda, that's a lot of work. Well, your customer is over on TikTok. And more importantly, after you've done 30 days of content, guess what you have? Over 30 pieces of content. Look at those analytics. And now we can repurpose that content on other channels to push them to wherever you want them to go. Anything that we do on social media, all they are is commercials for our backend offers. That's all they are. It's to capture, it's to stop somebody that know, like, trust. And you just doing it consistently. When they go to binge you, now they're there. Now you have said that message different ways, different angles, multiple times, but you've been consistent. So short form video is not going away. TikTok is not going away. What is the phrase that you use that? What's the other phrase from that? You can't start where you want to end. What was your phrase? If you're going to be good, you've got to, what was that phrase that you said?
Yeah. So like, if you want to be good, you have to start. In order to start, you have to fail. And you have to fail enough times until no, hang on. If you want to be good, you have to start. In order to start, you got to be bad. Okay, and you got to be bad enough times to be good.
Yeah. So good. Well, thank you so much, Colton. Is there a particular channel, like which TikTok do you want us to send everybody to?
For my personal stuff, if you want to reach out to me, I think my Facebook's going to be the best right now. So I'm
Okay.
rebranding my stuff, but the 100K the 100K views 5 is my most active account right now. I'm doing paid ads there. But if you want to reach out to me or just talk to me in general, it's going to be just Colton Havens on Facebook. It's probably the best place to reach me right now. If you want to talk to me outside of video.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Colton. Everyone, thank you so much. And I hope that the uncomfortableness in recording the video shows you that we're kind of all in the same boat, but you got to keep posting, right? Put in the reps, as Colton Havens would say. All right,
Yes.
guys, we're at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for your time. Recording of this session will be available in the hub. So go post the video. Take care. We'll talk soon. Thanks for spending some time with us today. Click the link. It's the first link. We make it super simple for any of the tools and resources that we talked about in today's video, helping you make it easy for your freedom to impact.